Good evening. There's a feeling around the country that what we are told by our government one day is proved wrong or contradicted the following day. And I had some information from an inside source today at the Department of Work and Pensions. One day last week, there was a queue of over 35,000 people in a telephone queue wishing to apply for universal credit. Some of them were holding on, waiting to be answered for 6 hours. When they were answered, of course, some of them were rather abusive about the length of time it had taken for their call to be taken. But I also learned that a great many staff suffering from bronchial diseases or diseases similar to asthma have, since the 1st of April, been laid off on full pay for 3 months. So the staff who are left are not as good in numbers as they might have been. So people are becoming indignant, but the staff ain't there. It's not fair to take it out on those that were, but a queue of 35,000, some of whom had been waiting for 6 hours. That is quite alarming. But the next point echoes what I said at the beginning. My source told me that the instructions they are given one day are countermanded the next. Furthermore, which claimants for universal credit may not know, is that if you have savings or assets of £16,000 or more, you don't get it. You have to have exhausted your savings to be able to go cap in hand to the government and then wait 5 weeks before you get your first payment. That doesn't compare well with those entrepreneurs based in tax-free havens who ask the government to bail their company out without touching a penny of their own reserves. And sadly, they seem quite likely to get it, whereas of the 35,000 people in a queue to have their call answered on the telephone, the number getting it is much reduced. Bear that in mind. What we hear coming from 10 Downing Street is not always the reality, and all of us will know someone who can tell an entirely different story from within.